Bhaal, my sire, wasn't really one to make things easy for me, has he? Well, the more that I learn about him, the more I dislike him. How could I possibly be his child? There must have been something that happened, like a solar or a god intervened and gave me exceptionally strong will to put up with the taint. There doesn't seem to be any other logical reason for me to be so strong-willed and good-hearted at the same time. Maybe Timora blessed me when I was born. Who knows? There is another thing that has come up recently about the taint and becoming a god. If I do choose to become a god when this is all over, then I will have to continue fighting the taint from Bhaal for all of eternity. Who knows if I can even do that? I had sort of assumed that the tainted divine essence would be changed by me if I were to become a god. But now I don't think that that is necessarily true. If the divine essence of Bhaal is evil, then that would be the base of myself, or power, or whatever it is if I were to become a god. That has me doubly convinced that relinquishing all of Bhaal's essence is the only way forward for me. I've had enough of the constant fighting and death. It's time to put not only the enemies that I have away for good, but the taint inside myself as well. It's certainly not something that I want to have in me still when I have children. It's something to be given up as soon as possible. So, it was Melissan all along that has led the Five. Unbelievable. It's not that I blindly trusted her to begin with, but in my time adventuring, evil typically is very open about itself, and good is usually not hard to spot. For Melissan to be the great architect of the Bhaal Spawn in front of everyone this entire time, well, it's just another lesson for me, I suppose. Sometimes evil is very patient and bides its time. Irenicus did that as well. He was very patient. But he wasn't very good at disguising himself. I always knew that there was something off with him when he came visiting us in Baldur's Gate. With Melissan, I felt nothing like that. She just felt like a normal mage. However, regardless, she is the last obstacle to getting rid of Bhaal from the realm and my life. Forever. So now that we've had our rest, all we must do is leave my pocket realm, which apparently destroys it. I hope that my other companions not coming with us will be alright. Then there is Cespinar, who will be left behind. I don't know what will happen to him. But it wouldn't bother me to never return to my pocket plane again. I've just had enough of Bhaal for several lifetimes. Melissan, we now come for you. We just have to face Melissan, and then hopefully everything to do with Bhaal will be over with.
It will be done.
I'm ready. It is time for this to end. Time for the end. Melissan, you look different. Large, she doubled in size.
As you step into the abyssal plane, the first thing that strikes you is how suddenly alien it feels. A chill wind sweeps across an empty void, screaming in your ears that you are not welcome here. Several strange towering structures are present, suspended in the void by an unknown power. All your immortal senses tell you, however, that the powerful essence of your dead father is close, and that this place is, indeed, the throne of Bhaal.
This is the throne.
I see you have finally found your way to the throne of Bhaal. You should know, however, that you're far, far too late.
This part of the abyss was once your father's and might have been partly yours, but it's mine now, along with all the essence of a god. This place is mine to rule as I wish. You stole something that isn't yours to begin with, Melissan. And you don't have all the essence of Bhaal, and you don't rule here alone. True. More insightful than I would have expected from you, Orn. But none of it will matter once you are dead and your essence is added to my power. So, that's it. It begins. Okay. We shall behave as if this is our final battle, and use everything that we have in our power.
I await your news.
Oh, she's summoned. Very powerful beholder. Okay, well, we can deal with that. Shield of Balderon comes to help us at the very end.
Helm, give me strength!
Faster than Chick. Take a fast pause.
Okay, Simulacrum.
Whenever I can.
And Simulacrum. Where is your Simulacrum, Emily? Well, none of that matters. She cast haste. Ooh. Okay. Have to bring that Death Tyrant down.
Yes.
So the other summonings have been okay. Mordecai's sword.
What can I do?
Dragon breath. Right on Melissan. And what's the other area doing?
I'll do it.
Oops. That is the area. Dragon breath right on Melissan. Okay, so the other area's right here.
Faster than Chick. Take a fast pause.
Can cast supporting spells. Another one.
By hell!
Yes?
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
Okay. The big spells, everything that we have. Well, I guess another Mordecai's sword will help. Jahira.
It is
Get
done.
out of there. No.
I never imagined that we would be doing such great things. Gotcha.
See if we can't bring her back. I can't actually. Summon the Planitar.
What is it?
I can resurrect her with the Rod of Resurrection. There, you're back. Grab up your things.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
Can't use that.
My honor is my life.
What do you wish?
Melissan is getting hurt. Okay, it's just Melissan. Come to your mistress, minions of the Abyss. She's summoning nasty things for us to deal with. Prove haste. I put that on my brother, who has the most powerful single weapon amongst us. So, Harry. Oh, sorry, Emily. I don't know what she's summoning. It's not here yet. Let's go with Abby Dowson's Oracle. Okay, something came up. It's another Slayer. Melissan is getting hurt. It's nice to see that. Oh, okay. Why do they always cast this death ball? Melissan, die!
I should not be wasting time on you. I still have to absorb the Bhaal Spawn Essences. And there is more than enough power in this plane to keep you busy.
If you are wise, you will flee. Once I am done with the essences, I will not hesitate to gather your own as well. A new area has opened up for us.
I am ready.
Everyone take a
By
potion.
hell!
Without doubt.
Don't know what's in here. Oh. Looks like elementals. Air elemental?
Nature, take the
Prince, who calls Juan Sibin? Prince of Air? Great. Didn't want this to happen where we're just fighting it over and over again. Okay, we are defeating them.
Quickly and precisely.
The vampiric rape.
Feel its icy breath.
Okay. Aerie has the wish scroll. Not that we're really wounded or weak, defeated, but if she's going to recover herself, then we shall use wish as well. To restore us. Okay, ready. The Jinn nods. As you say, quickly the two of you begin negotiating a complex contract. It's Aerie doing this. She is wise enough to keep pace with the Jinn, preventing the being from taking total advantage of her. Still, the contract is hard to understand. She wonders at the end result. Make it as if the entire party has just rested a full night and rememorized all their spells. Well, did it work? Okay. Yeah, it seemed to have. Yep. Dragon's Breath. It worked. So, we just need one of these. Oh, no. My brother is not fully recovered, though. So he still has a level drain, but Aerie's gonna have to cure him. Where is your restore spell, Aerie? Only bad side of that is that Aerie's now tired.
Yes?
But I should have done that before. We'll know it for next time. Emelyssan has 2 wish spells, but I am not exactly confident in her ability to use them.
Without hesitation.
Well, we still have everything, all the other effects on us. So we have up a Planetar. It would be nice to have another one. The Diva. Okay, where are you now?
This will not take long.
She's in there. None of these other places have opened up. Okay, so see if we can't disrupt her. Cut off the pool's flow. Stop Melissan for the time being.
Enough! I have gathered enough essence to deal with you. I will wait no longer to end your pathetic life. Prepare to join your siblings.
I'll help
There's
her.
2 areas.
If it must be done. Good to go? In Bearvan's name.
It appears I made the right decision in joining
Okay.
you after all.
Speak
Here,
your mind.
now, I should have put this on when we had the chance.
Nature's servant awaits.
Next time, if it comes to it. So, summon a Diva.
Sarabak stands ready.
Yes, we definitely did rest. Okay, what can you bring to this fight? Mordekainen's sword, which
What
is
do you
very
want?
helpful. She blew us away. Literally. Okay, she's got a Glabrazoo, so she's summoning demons to help her.
My honor is my life.
Guys,
Helm,
I could use
give me
another
strength!
Diva. Dragon's Breath, right on her. We have the second area here. The second area's over there.
By hell!
My spell has failed.
Yes, I noticed that. Implosion, right on Melissan herself. Okay, want to spell striking at Melissan. Second area here. Doesn't matter where it is. Minute meteors. Planetar is what we need. Emelyssan. Come to your mistress, minions of the abyss. Not this again. Take out the death tyrant. Horrid wilting. Right on Melissan. Where the second area's gone, so that spell ended.
My honor is my life.
Okay, I really hate it when they cast that spell. No. Just cast this. Ah. Again.
Now I remember why traveling with you was always so much fun.
Okay, well we barely... I don't even know if we need to use a wish spell
It will
this
be
time, but
done.
we have to go and defeat whatever's in here. We didn't get up a Planetar. Are you What is with the lack of planetars here? Or a flaming death? Well, how can you argue with that? We still have 2 Mordenkainen's swords. We have 2 wish spells, but we want the planetar. Okay, let's go in here. Okay, Cyrenax, what is this? Earth Elemental? Who calls Cyrenax Prince of Ice? No, it's ice. Okay, Prince is down. We have trolls. Is that ice trolls? Blizzard trolls.
Oh my!
Okay, well who... My beloved, do you not have a sword that has fire? I don't think so. I think he needs to use this. Okay. My brother has gained in skill. Alright, so now it's time for you to put that armor on. Combat's over.
I await your need.
Seems my brother has gained in skill. What else can... Warcry? Maybe that could help. Resist magic could also help, but she's not really casting spells, she's just more summoning things in. And anyways, even if she was casting spells, we're all like focusing on hitting her, so she can't really get much on. Okay.
I'm listening.
Hurry up. Gather together.
You need something?
Brother, you need to take some healing potion. Casting wish spell. She's ready. Come on, Imoen, you can do this. Make it as if the entire party has just rested a full night and rememorize all their spells. Thank you. Well, it worked. So, we have spells to put up defense.
Yep.
Servant awaits.
Alright, let's disrupt her spells and we'll conjure as many things as we can to help in the fight. We cut off her pool. Which, now that I think of it, considering there's 2 we've already cut off, there's another one. We have to defeat her 2 more times if she's going to keep doing that.
Yes? What is it?
Everybody casts
Helm,
spells.
give me strength!
We're going to win this by numbers. You can get right on her, brother. Actually, it's a weapon thing. So, Mordenkainen's sword, very helpful. Oh, the golem is very helpful. If we can overwhelm her, does she have heart claw? Oh, she has a diva as well. I don't know if we can get 2 divas though. Insect plague. Okay, we're gonna hit from 2 sides here.
Gotcha.
Slayer Shadow.
Name it. Good to go?
By hell!
Okay, Harry. Dragon's Breath. Right on her. Planetar. Well, Planetar is a lot more powerful than a diva, so...
My honor is my life.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's just kill this Slayer of Shadow. What are you doing, Sarah? Where did she go? Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to split ourselves up. Let's defeat what we have here. She's probably just going to summon everything she can. Not a good situation. Full Vein. Drop on Holy Might. I could also use that spell.
Yes.
No, just get over here, bro. Okay, now I'll use Whirlwind. Morika's sword. Okay, it's destroyed. Okay, that's destroyed too. She's casting time stop. Okay, at least she's coming down to join us. Okay, Harry. We need to focus on her, though, that's the problem. All these things, it's just... Okay, we need more help over here. Every little bit... Storm of Vengeance is just going to hurt us all really bad. Damn it! Out of there.
Faster than Chick. Take a fast pause. Certainly.
I don't know why she cast that spell, because only she's in that area. Get out of there. Bring them to us. Did you hear it? Come on. You know what? Focus on her.
Yes?
Need to remove her defenses.
For the glory of Helm!
I'll do it.
Melissan is getting hurt. We need to continue. Come on, we have to bring her down.
Helm, give me strength!
Speak. You will fall by my hand!
She's getting hurt. As I said, that's all that matters. She keeps on summoning more and more. My power shall restore me. Come on, keep on hitting her. Melissan is all that matters. Come to your mistress, minion. Oh, here we go, for the third time.
Yes?
Imoen's the only one that can
Without
cast
doubt.
spells. Oh no, Imoen. You were just moving. I swear I just saw you move. There we go. Okay, we even have a Mordenkainen's sword.
What is it? quickly and precisely.
Right, let's confront whatever's here. It seems we have a lot of... we've been dispelled.
What do you wish?
Without hesitation.
Healing potions.
This will not take long.
Let's go. I don't know what we'll face over here. Over there. Fire. Ouch.
If it
Who is... that doesn't matter. Just kill them all.
By hell!
What shield are you using? Yeah, no shield of Baldurn.
speak. Weapon is of no
Okay,
use.
we can use clear the foul air.
This one is it.
Weapon is of no
This
use.
Amelyssan, kill that thing.
My weapon is of no use.
But we are hurting them. These are very tough demons. It can't seem to hurt the Nordic magical sword. Oh, my weapon's really hurting. Okay, I do have regenerate. Something's dropped. I don't know of what use they'll be to us right now. Chainmail, Water's Edge. I think we came across that one before. Okay, we can sell it after the battle. Right, let's not do it yet.
Ready and
And when
willing.
you have wish spells, you only really need one that's successful, actually. Now that I think of it. That's okay. Actually, if that's the case, we can fix that then. You only need one. Black Blade of Disaster sounds awesome. Summon Planetar, which she has. Time Stop probably won't do very much. Improved Alacrity. That's her casting. Black Blade of Disaster. No, it's a sword that she can use. Imprisonment. Another Summon Planetar? I don't know. Wail of the Banshee. Caster and companions are immune to the effects of the whale. Well, sounds good to me. So, let's do the wish again.
I have been considering your words. I have changed my outlook, and I think perhaps it may be a good thing. I feel I must thank you.
Huh. I'm happy to see it, Sarevok. We shall see if my new view on life is something that will prove lasting, but I cannot see a reason that it will not remain so. There is much in my former life that I must atone for, I think. Somehow, I think it will be a good goal to strive for, don't you? This is the outcome I always wanted. I'm very happy to see it happen. Yes, I do. It's definitely something to strive for. Sarevok, perhaps I've wronged you. I beg your pardon. I know I've spoken to you differently up to now, but you did change, and I have to acknowledge that. I nearly do not trust my ears, that your opinion about me could change this much. First, there is the change of your alignment, which cannot go unnoticed, but I have also thought on your past. You are a child of Bhaal, Bhaal's evil essence influenced you, and it corrupted you. I'm sure it did. If you continue talking like this, I will start to feel like an innocent child. There's absolutely no reason for that. You were corrupted. Not everyone has the willpower and inner strength to withstand the taint of a godly essence, as Orin does. Now, after losing Bhaal's essence, you can strive to compensate for your faults, to do the right thing. For once. Thank the gods. Now I recognize your former self, but be thanked for your words of praise, even though they are moldy and foul. Imoen, it's all up to you. We need that wish spell to work. You've done it before, you can do it again. Make as if the entire party has just rested a full night and rememorized all their spells. She's got no other pool to siphon from. Okay. We've seen some of our spells aren't all up. Okay, let's put up what we can. Okay, summon that Planitar this time, before we... Where's the Planitar over here? Okay, that Planitar will really help. We still have a magical sword up. Let's do this then. Okay, Planitar, get off here because... And same thing, can I use this... Yeah, direct the sword. Alright. Let's get out of here. We cut off the flow of her pool for the time being. Oh, the sword is gone.
You are stronger than even I imagined. So, your destiny versus mine. Let's finish this now, once and for all. To the victor go the spoils!
Okay, this is it. Well, I don't know what happened to the Planitar, but I have to summon in a diva.
Yes?
Swords, golems, try to overwhelm her. So she summons in hers right away.
I'll help however I can.
What spells do we have? Breach, remove magic. We have protection from undead. Unfortunately, that will not help us here. Protection from magic would have been nice. Oh, we have a curse. We have these cursing things we could use.
What can I do?
That should hurt her, actually.
Faster than Jake. Take a fast pause. Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, we'll save it. Okay, so what else can we cast? Wail of the Banshee. You have that Dragon's Breath. Greater Whirlwind.
My honor is
Greater
my
Whirlwind.
life.
Yes?
Ah, not again.
I await your move.
Where's Melissan?
This is a lot more exciting mini circus.
Okay, it's dead already. Melissan has to go down.
What is it?
Death comes. Feel its icy breath.
For the glory of hell!
Wand of cursing. Hit her again. Melissan is getting hurt. Melissan is nearly defeated. Bring her down, bring her down, bring her down. Everybody focus on Melissan. She's almost dead. No more essence to take. Die, Melissan. Let this be the end of the taint. No more Bhaal Spawn.
Enough, Amelyssan. The gods have decreed this contest is over.
Ah, well, we've clearly won.
No! I am a god! This is not over until I say it is!
Enough, you've lost.
You are no god, priestess of Bhaal. You play with stolen energies that make you immortal, that give you great power. But that does not make you a god.
The Bhaal Spawn has not won! I can't believe it! Oh, I would die first!
But you cannot die, so long as the essences are within you. Even now, however, they struggle to flee from your weakened frame. You are defeated, and destiny belongs to the victor.
No! No! I will kill you all!
You will do nothing, Amelyssan, but accept your fate. The time that was mentioned has come, Godchild. There is a choice before you. You have prevailed against all that have assailed you, and now you must decide your fate.
It's over.
Only one other spawn of the dead god remains, the sibling who fought at your side. Her portion of the essence is not large, but she must make a choice.
Imoen? You mean me, don't you? You're talking about the part of me that's the taint. The powers I've developed. Imoen, let it go.
Do you intend to keep that essence, Godchild? Or will you surrender it to your elder sibling?
If I could have gotten rid of it voluntarily, I would have done it a long time ago. Ugh. Take it. I don't want it. I never wanted it.
As you wish, Imoen. So it is done. The only decision that remains, then, belongs to your sibling. The vast majority of the soul essences of the children of Bhaal, Lord of Murder, now belong to you, and you alone. You must now decide what to do with this power. Be wise. The choice is irrevocable.
The vast majority, so there are some still alive that have it. Hiding, no doubt. Why? What's going to happen to me?
There are consequences with all decisions. This one, however, is unique in its scope. I will attempt to explain it as best I can. First, you may choose to surrender that portion of the essence which remains with you. It shall be given to Amelyssan, and her soul, with all the essence it contains, shall be destroyed.
And the other choice?
You may think this brutal, but Amelyssan has welded the essence to her own soul, foolishly, and there is no other way.
That's how she did
The
it.
price of ambition is always high.
She melded it to her own soul, huh?
Surrendering the essence will allow the gods to remove its evil taint and hide it well within the halls of Mount Celestial, forever preventing it from soiling further souls. You, Bhaal Spawn, would be made immortal, free to continue your life with a destiny of your own choosing. The manipulations of gods will no longer be your concern, and your soul will be untainted.
Okay, well that's just the one choice, and the other choice, obviously, is to take it all and become new Bhaal. I don't want that. And my other choice?
Once Amelyssan's soul is destroyed and the essence released, you may accept it into yourself if you want it, and the throne of Bhaal will be yours to command. The taint of evil within the totality of Bhaal's essence is great, greater than anything you've ever known. It remains to be seen whether you will resist this evil or embrace it. Regardless, you will receive new enemies from amongst the gods. Surely Cyric, who usurped your sire's role at the Edict of Al the Overfather, would gain an interest in your powers. Your future is unwritten, but once chosen, the gods know that it will be of significance to the universe. You will have few allies, and your trials will not end anytime soon. The choice is difficult, but these are your two options, Bhaal Spawn. This is where your destiny is realized, and your future begins.
By Helm, this is the moment. Do not look at me, love. Make your own decision, and make it independent of anything that has happened in the past. This is greater than any promise of marriage you gave. Where you are invited to go, mortals and their words mean little. Know that I will accept your choice regardless. It is a great chance you have, Orin. But remember, the powers you are offered are from an evil source. Do not choose godhood if you are not willing to fight an endless struggle against the evil taint of your heritage. I love you, and I will not stop doing so, ever.
I urge you not to accept the taint. There is too much folly in such power. As you yourself have taught me. Do not make the mistake. Refuse it and live the life you wish.
Wow. Brother, you gave me great advice. Based upon your own life's experience. Or 2 lives' experience. Orin.
So, it's finally come down to this, has it? After all we've been through, right from Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate, through Irenicus and Bodhi and their plans, I wonder what Gorion would say now.
I wonder if he had ever imagined me getting to this point where I could make the choice to become a god or give it all up. I doubt it. He just wanted to keep me safe and raise me and love me like a daughter. He was successful in that. Up to the point he died, he was successful in keeping me safe. Me, I'll miss you if you go. You're more than a sister to me. I owe you everything. But who wouldn't want to see the plains? Who wouldn't want to see this through to the proper end? See it through? The gods will be fighting for an eternity against each other. I don't want to really take part in that.
It seems my promise to Gorion is at last at an end. It will be difficult to watch you move on to a higher state of being, if that is where you choose to go. But you hardly need my guidance any longer.
I only pray that you make the decision that is right for you, or even Gorion would ask you to do no less.
What a terrible thing to decide. You fought for so long to get to this point. If you choose to keep all this power, there will be nothing more than more fighting.
I know. That's what the gods do. They just fight each other. Dominance for worshippers. I don't really want to be a part of that. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to. What a frightening thing to become. But you've never taken the easy path, have you, Orin?
The time has come to make your choice, Bhaal Spawn. What is your wish?
2 choices. My heart and all my companions believe in the same thing that I believe. I do not want the essence of Bhaal. Do what you will with it. I want to remain mortal.
Then you shall begin life anew, mortal, without the taint of your sire upon your soul, and the essence of Bhaal shall forever be hidden. You have done well, and freedom shall be your reward.
Love, you stay. I'm speechless and humbled. Never would I have dreamed this possible. You know I did not believe this ending could ever be. You showed me, once again. Does this mean you will stay with me? That it has come to an end? The Bhaal Essence, the evil powers, the nightmares, being hunted by evil forces. Forgive me, I have to regain my countenance. His eyes beaming. By Helm!
So, the fate of our sire has finally come to its conclusion. And the tale has ended perhaps as it should. I look forward to future travels. With you, if you allow.
In your current state, Sarevok, I'd allow that. In fact, I'll be proud to call you my brother. With everything you've gone through and where you are now, it's amazing. It's an amazing journey. Yes, you're my brother. I don't have to say that with pain anymore. So I have a brother and a sister with me, and my husband. Wow.
So you're going to stay immortal? Wow, after all that, we're going to end up on the road again. Must feel good, though, to have your own future ahead of you again, though, no?
I mean, if you don't mind me sticking around, still. With our history and all, it'll be fun to set our path, for once. Yeah, set our own path.
Your decision has been made, Godchild. Now the act must be carried out. Prepare yourself.
I hope this doesn't hurt. I've been through enough pain. Melissan is completely destroyed. Soul, body, everything.
No! Damn you! No! I'm too strong!
Your divine essence slowly fades, and for a moment you feel empty, incomplete. It is frightening, but soon yields to a new sensation, one of hope. With your closest companions at your side, you are free to live out your mortal life, no longer a pawn of Bhaal's prophecy. The adventure draws to a close, but there will be more to come. Even as a mortal, you are to be looked upon in awe, and your power commands attention, both friendly and otherwise. Your life is yours, as are the trials to come. As years pass, tales of your exploits shall spread far and wide, and bards will sing your name along with heroes and villains of legend. Your life may be mortal, your time now finite, but the mark you have left upon the realms will endure.
Though they travel with Orin for a time, Imoen and Aerie soon sought their own path. They roamed the realms far and wide for the rest of their lives, never settling down in any one place for too long. Far too many to recount. Their adventures slowly drifted towards a cause both women were passionate about, uprooting slavery and oppression wherever they found it. Through their increasingly notorious exploits, the pair became known as the Shroud Witches. Slaver's bane. A following gradually gathered in their wake, and Imoen swiftly seized the opportunity to have a cadre of trained underlings at her command. The group would eventually become a sprawling organization, run much like a thieves' guild, yet with an entirely different purpose. It was aptly named the Tyrant's Haunt. With Imoen's cunning and Aerie's conviction, the Haunt spread its influence swiftly through Faerun. Countless slaver rings were dismantled by their actions, sometimes subtle, often forceful. Feudal lords were unceremoniously unseated, would-be small-time despots were efficiently raided and dispatched. Its vast eyes and ears network would pinpoint wrongfully convicted prisoners, enabling their eventual freedom through legal means or otherwise. Perhaps most notably in its early years, the Haunt would infiltrate the cowled wizards of Am, topple them from within, and instate a new order much more in line with Imoen's designs. Though her magic would increase her lifespan significantly, Imoen eventually succumbed to the ailments of old age. She quietly passed in the Baldur's Gate chapter of the Haunt, Aerie by her side and surrounded by the many loyal friends made over the decades. In an inner courtyard of the chapter, a life-size statue of her likeness commemorates her departure. An obsidian plaque is affixed to the pedestal beneath her brass feet, clearly etched with the famous last words, "You're going to be screwed without me." Imoen. After Imoen's passing, Aerie redoubled her efforts to travel Faerûn and beyond, working to fulfill her promise to spread the Haunt's influence to every corner of the known world. In her travels, she would regale anyone that would listen with tales of her departed friend, a woman exceptional enough, Aerie would say, to always place friendship before her innermost wishes. Yes, and that's how it ended between them. The lore of the modern Haunt is pervaded with over 1,000 stories of Imoen's life and deeds, many heroic, most of them in an indulgence of her rebellious streak. Many of these stories would seep into the folklore, become epic tales, become legend, all of them entirely factual and not embellished in the slightest. Having the quiet time they always yearned for, Orin and Sergeantus lived their life just as they wanted to. Unbound and unhunted by an evil heritage, they decided which fights they wanted to take on, and they did so with all the might and prowess they acquired during their fights. They also decided where to settle and when to found a family of their own, which they did as they had always planned. After several years, it was said that, through his sister, Sir Ajantus found a way back to his parents, but never did he and Orin stay long in Waterdeep, and never again did he bear the name Ilvastar. Shortly before his death, after living a long and faithful life as a husband and knight of the Order of the Radiant Heart, Sir Ajantus called himself the happiest man that ever lived, with Orin, my love. Aerie continued adventuring after leaving Orin's company. Driven in her travels to oppose slavery in any form, her compassion grew tainted by revenge, however. Revenge for what had been taken while she was in chains. She might have lost herself entirely had she not stumbled across a group of Avariel enslaved in Cormor. They compelled her to come to Faena Dale, the home she was originally stolen from, and she learned much while there. Most importantly, she learned she was no longer one of them and stopped pining for wings she wouldn't use anyway. Aerie eventually became a high priestess in Understone, a gnomish village her mentor Quail had sometimes spoken of. He had been her true family, and it was among his people that she finally found peace. This after her and Imoen parted, since when Imoen passed on. My brother. In the years following his resurrection by Orin, Sarevok never settled in any one place for long. In Burdusk, he is said to have routed an army of invading orcs, displaying such fearsome power and rage that terrified locals weren't sure whom to fear more. In Westgate, he arrived as a conqueror, brutally enforcing his will only to mysteriously vanish months later. He acted like a man that did not know himself, and all the stories agreed that Sarevok was a tortured soul, balancing between life and death, never to achieve either. Eventually he disappeared, said to have assaulted the abyss itself, or even taken his own life. In truth, he journeyed to Karatur to bury his one true love, the warrior Tomoko, in the place she had once chosen. He never returned, though the stories endure. My aunt, Aunt Jahira. The events of the Bhaal Spawn saga affected Jaheira deeply. It was her duty to protect the greater balance of things, but in the years to come, she found an increased portion of that fight occurring within her own mind. Witness to great change while in Orin's company, she had become acutely aware of how fleeting life was and how the loss of those she held dear ate away at her thoughts. In time, she would be known as a tireless champion of balance, one that sometimes acted in concert with the Harpers and sometimes did not. Always, however, she remained distant and guarded, never staying long in any one place. Jaheira would cross the realms thrice over, but she never did return to Tathir or the Sword Coast. Tathir being the place where she was born. I am finally free of the taint of my father. We paid the priest of Joaquin and Amkethran 50,000 gold to see to the welfare of the people there, so that they do not starve, nor will any other nefarious group come and destroy them. They used the gold to hire what mercenaries were still left in the area, as well as a steady stream of food, until things normalized there again. We encouraged the entire community to work together for their own benefit. I believe that the priest and the mayor both took our words very seriously. Then there was the near confrontation with the King of Tathir on our way out of Tathir. It was tense, and there I swear he was nearly about to have the guards arrest us when we gave him a surprise audience under another name. Thankfully, we encountered Saemon Havarian after we returned from the throne of Bhaal to Amkethran. I didn't want to just let him go with everything he'd done to us, so I convinced him, through threats to his life, to get us into an audience with the king. Though everyone else was not happy with relying on Saemon Havarian again for the first time, he didn't double-cross us. Through his contacts, we got our audience, and we had the bounty on my head removed. Through some smooth talking from both myself and the Jantis, that is. It probably helped that Imlin was nearby Saemon Havarian with a knife to his back, ready to harm him should he turn against us. After dealing with people like that for a while, you learn what motivates them. Self-preservation being the most important. Then we returned to Am, and finally got out of that horrible desert in southern Tathir. We all agreed to go to Imnisvale first, and there we finally met up with Rasad, Nira, and Minsk. They had all been returned to the Copper Coronet in Athkatla, but they knew where my heart would be. After first checking with the most noble order of the Radiant Heart, they traveled to Imnisvale to reconnect with us. Minsk doesn't have down here as his witch, but he does now have Aerie, and after a few days of drinking and celebrating, we all parted ways. Of course, Imoen and I will always have this strong connection since we are sisters, but she went off with Aerie and Minsk to continue their adventures. Actually, they make the perfect little party. Thief Mage, Ranger, Cleric Mage. Imoen never stopped talking about liberating slaves, and the three of them wanted to devote the rest of their lives to it. Since it's such a good cause, how could I say anything but give them my complete support? In fact, over the years, they did ask for my help now and then, and of course they got it. Many slavers were killed by my bow, and I promised Imoen that I would help them whenever I could give it. Minsk eventually returned home to Rashomon, and his Dejema finally ended. Though he wasn't able to keep down here safe, word of his fame across the Sword Coast had reached even his homeland, and with choice words from Aerie, his Dejema was a success. Though a Dejema wasn't about keeping your witch safe, it was about coming of age and exploring the world. And this, Minsk most certainly did accomplish. Rasad dedicated himself to restoring the Sun Soul monks back to a viable order in Am, and hunting down the last of the Sharan monks there. He was a good man, and though I saw or heard from him less and less as the years went on, I know that the new Sun Soul monks would be in good hands. If Ajantis hadn't been in my life, I might very well have fallen for Rasad, since I recognized what a good man he was, and we both had this sort of connection, which I was sorry to let him down when he asked if he could be more than just friends with me. Which brings me to Yoshimo. I hope that the ritual done on his heart freed him from his dark fate. He deserved much better than what he got in the end. Though he only traveled with us for a few months, he shall never be forgotten in my heart. Nira continued to help her fellow wild mages, though the Red Wizards of Thay never, to my knowledge, bothered them again. She returned to and rebuilt her little wild mage camp, and this time had actual living quarters built. They have this little community there now, and, yes, they even named it Neraville. Oh, by the gods. Decades later, the Wild Mages still live there today. Nira has set up a school, and word leaked out to the rest of the world. Quite a few Wild Mages go there for their education these days in Neraville. Nira and I exchange letters now and then, and every few years we pay each other a visit. She remains a good friend of mine. As for Cespinar, he was never heard from again. Perhaps he is serving some other god right now, or maybe he got his freedom and went his own way. He may have been an evil but helpful imp. In the end, I can only wish him the best. Jaheira I hear from time to time, but this only every few years. She sends letters to me in Imnisvale, telling me about what she finds as she travels the continent of Faerun, and even further. I have no idea where she'll be, and if my letters will even find her if I send them, since she never seems to remain in one place. So, I just wait for her correspondence. I wish her happiness, but it seems that she is searching for the world for something that she needs to look inside herself for. The last time I saw her, we'd had our second child, which was many years ago now. My brother, oh dear brother, I have come to care for you as I would a real brother. But of all of us, he remained the most conflicted. Saravok traveled the land just like Jaheira, but he contacted me the least. He returned to Imnisvale a few times and held up his niece, my firstborn, when she was just a few months old. I actually saw real love and tenderness there for the first time ever. He seems so capable of being content and loving, but there is a restlessness there inside of him. And he's almost like he's at war with himself and doesn't know what to do with his life, or with many of the people he encounters. He is good, I can feel it, but he just has to learn this for himself. Last I heard he got into trouble out there, and it's been many years since. I pray to Lathander that he is still alive, and will find himself one day. Just as I do pray for Jaheira. The only ones left are Argantis and myself. Well, he is the love of my life, and I am his. I was so happy once we settled in my ranger cabin in Imnisvale. It was his real home, though he did have to return to Athkatla for months at a time to continue his duties for the Order of the Radiant Heart. We of course did find a way to make peace with his parents, my mother and father-in-laws, and they accepted me and apologized to both Argantis and myself for our poor treatment. I now have another family half that took me a long time to get to know. Though they do live quite far from Imnisvale, so we made our visits to Waterdeep every 5 years or so. His parents and sister even visited us once to see our firstborn. Yes, as you may have deduced, I was accepted back as the ranger for Imnisvale. It is a beautiful place, especially now that all the evil in the region has been removed. I am looked at for support in all matters of defense, or anything serious like missing people. I've sort of become their local city guard. When Argantis was home, he also helped. We've made close friends with several of the villagers, and the mayor and his wife watched my children when my skills were needed. In the end, Argantis and I had 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. I can honestly say that our son is very spoiled, especially being the last one born. Half of them grew up wanting to be a ranger like me, and the other half a paladin like their father. Argantis lived a good, long, fulfilling life, into his late 70s, which for a human paladin is quite long. His children loved him dearly, and he was always the role model in the family for honesty, duty, and integrity. I loved him dearly. Though I still have many centuries left in my long elven life, I will always remember him more fondly than anyone, and I do miss him terribly. As for my future, and even the future of Faerun, I am glad to say that I was the prime instrument through which an evil god and all the fools who followed him or wanted to become the next evil god themselves were destroyed, and our world has become so much safer because of it. I don't know what my future holds exactly, but my children have grown up to have their own children. My grandchildren are now becoming the same age I was when I left Candlekeep. Their parents, my children, to varying degrees, have lived lives as adventurers, and my grandchildren want the same. For every one of them, I have imparted not just my martial skills, but my morals, ethics, and most of all, my love. I just hope that they have a rich and fulfilling life like mine has been so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.